Okay, here we go. It is part 2. So let's not waste a whole lot of time here. Let's get right down into it, shall we? A reminder that this is the emblem of justice, and any resemblance to any emblems of fire or other cardinal elements is purely coincidental. So, alright. Last we left off, there was a creepy priest creeping on all the women in the town of Reuben. So we gotta go beat him up. Apparently this is where all the rabbies come from. Yeah, I've actually heard of this Ryokan. He's not exactly a big fan of the Empire either. Certainly not in cahoots with our erstwhile boss, who for some reason lets him run loose. You suppose Alnos is afraid of Ryokan? Could be, if he's as strong as the townies claim. To operate with such impunity in Alnos' territory, he's a brave son of a bitch, to say the least. I certainly hope so. No one is more dangerous than a skulking coward. Yeah, at any rate, after we soften him up a bit, maybe he'll tell us something new about the processing plant. Yeah, he might do just that, unless you handle him too gently. Psst. How's this for kid gloves? Hey, asswipe! You call yourself a priest, you woman snatcher? Haul your sorry butt out here. Yeah, release the women right this minute, or else we'll be forced to play rough. Stubborn bastard. Looks like we gotta invade his privacy. Yeah. Yep, always the hard way. Well, as you put it so aptly earlier, let's get it over with. Wonder if any of the women are single. Oh, Ein. Actually, Ryokan is a very fascinating individual. Charming in a way I can't describe. Yeah, he's obviously perfect. A perfect asshole, that is. Got him. Since we arrived here, all of us women have become apathetic about our pasts, more or less. For fleeting moments, sometimes we yearn to return home, but the urge passes quickly. Royce is correct about one thing. Ryokan has screwed at least their minds. Ryokan isn't a bad person at heart. Please don't harm him. I'm gonna press X to doubt. Guys. What's with all this unbridled hostility? Are you dedicating your lives to the Millennium Nightmare without fearing the wrath of my deity? Even while the stench of many corpses emanates from the whole lot of you? I don't think you could begin to comprehend what resides in our hearts, even if we spoke slowly. You're a century early would-be saviors, Oh, kindred spirits, someone should assist you. During your early ascent into heaven, that is. Wash yourself, Hein. No worries, partner. Just leave it to me. Wow, you're really strong for a priest. Try me on for size, you sneaky snake in the grass. Wait a minute. I give up. I don't care about them. Ah, grubble book grinding god. That's pure misery. Let me go with you, and I'll protect you with my life. What should we do, Brian? Well, can't we use another good fighter? Does that mean I'm in? Alright, let's do it. I'm fairly certain about your future plans, so let me give you something useful. Here, in my hot little hand, I hold the key to the entrance of the Empire's production plant. I plan to raid the lab myself, but I realize this would probably be impossible to accomplish alone. Yep, just as I suspected. You're no ordinary priest. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Ho ho ho! What else can I say but, let's get on with the mission, brother revolutionaries. How disgusting. We may be joining forces against a common foe, but that's all. Don't ever refer to us that way again. Yeah, not looking forward to grinding out 25 of each book for every row 0 class. I mean, at least, I guess each class will be one guild war apart. So you could pretty much just do your daily hosts every day for the next eternity and basically stay on target with those. Women have all returned safely, right? Yes, and we appreciate it. So now you can hold up your end of the bargain by telling us all about the processing plant. The processing plant? No, I really don't know much about it. Sorry. What? Come on, guys, lighten up. I'm just screwing with you. For all the crap we put up with listening to that dickhead priest ramble on and on, this isn't the least damn bit funny. Yeah, payback's a bitch, huh, fellow? Anyway, quite simply, that processing plant is the Empire's Special Weapons Research Facility. As you already know, Allno supervises the whole complex, not just the demi-human experiments. Do you happen to know if the problem with the water in spit is part of those experiments? Of course it is, but not directly. The chemical is administered in the lab, but the byproducts from its production are apparently being flushed into the river. Either way, it's an environmental disaster of horrific proportions. I agree. As for the antidote, that gas you used at the end of one of our battles, do you happen to know where we can lay our hands on an ample supply? No, not at this time. Our limited stock was smuggled in by our contacts in the mainland. That doesn't rule out other sources of the gas that might be available in this region. Allnos himself may possess a quantity of the antidote or know where some may be found. Allnos, again, that ruthless bastard. To help the cause, before leaving, we persuaded Ryokan to contribute something useful. From his hot little hand to ours, I hold a key to the laboratory at the processing plant. I do believe this will simplify our attack plan greatly, don't you? Wow, your team, that is, never ceases to amaze me. So, what is the plan? Well, I've been giving that a lot of thought lately. I finally decided that less is more. What does that mean? Just this. I'll go in first and serve as a decoy. Then I'll go with you, so I can verify who you are with our people on the inside. No, it's too risky. You might be recognized by the guards and blow the whole works. But I still think... You heard the captain, Royce. You'll stay here for now and accompany me later, along with our main body, to the lab. After we learn that Brian has made it inside safely without tipping off their security system. Who put you in charge of this outfit? Look, Royce, when a sheltered young woman such as you gets mixed up with a pack of grizzled vagabonds, it's best to just shut up, keep your ears open, and do as you're told. Anyway, after we finish this operation, you can spend some time with Brian, okay? Alright. I understand. In the meantime, let me tell you our password phrase at least. It's ellipsis. Many of our fellow men are still being held prisoner in the internment camp. They're being driven like slaves, not knowing when they'll be turned into hideous demi-humans. Alright, let's go, interrupt some war crimes. Ooh, we got a little... Greetings, fellow teenagers. Did you know you're blocking my path? Say what? That's right. So, will you kindly get the hell out of my way? Do you have any idea what you're saying? Quit joking and behave yourself. We can't allow you to proceed until we see your paperwork. Where's your pass? My pass? Well, jack off. You can stick your pass in your ass. Which leaves me no choice. Now, use force to pass through this lousy checkpoint. You screwed up or what? Hey men, throw this drunken idiot in the compound. He can sleep it off for now. We'll sort it out later. Come with us, and you better keep pace, or we'll drag your butt to the internment camp. Alright, we got ourselves caught. Now what's the next step of our master plan? Could it possibly be crashing this plane with no survivors? A newcomer? I don't know you. You have a certain look about you. Empire soldier? Hey, I'm no warrior. I can tell you one thing, though. Buck Allnose, and you won't live long. Who wants a long life in this hole? I wish they would just get it over with. See, it's the waiting, not knowing the exact moment they'll come for you. Expecting the guards to march in here any moment and drag me off to that evil laboratory. Yeah, that's our fate. To be turned into ugly demi-humans and unleashed on our own people. I have an escape plane but no weapons, so what's the use? I'm just waiting. Waiting for them to waltz in here and cart me off to the lab. My job isn't overly strenuous. I'm a farmer, so they have me cultivating the plants. The ones they use for their horrible experiments. I'm also in charge of dumping the lab drainage into the river. My life isn't safe, though. The Empire is sending its own people and forcing me to train them. I'll probably wind up as fertilizer, dumped in the very trenches I've been digging for irrigation. I've seen as much happen to others. I try not to think about this very often. See, like, the worst part about farming books right now is, like, the raids fill up instantly, since they're only 6-man raids. So you gotta just, like, mash the buttons as fast as possible to hopefully get into one. And of course with Gaijin Ping, that's, you know, very sketchy. What? You got yourself thrown in here so you could contact the Liberation Army? Well, if the guards discover who you are, this place is gonna blow sky high. The only one of us who served in the Liberation Army is that fellow over there. I wonder if my family in Spit is still alive. For the most part, the residents of Spit appear to be weathering the storm at the moment. I know why the Empire selected this location to build its biological research facility. It's the flora. Certain herbs containing chemicals they refine for their bizarre experiments. The Empire makes no attempt to conceal anything. In fact, they flaunt it. A weapon of terror. So everyone is aware of what's happening here. Which begs the question, why? Why doesn't our Liberation Army do something about this travesty against our entire civilization? Hey, are you Shane? Ah, it's totally not Balbaroy. Well, if you are, I have a message from Royce Hegmeyer. The Holy Grail has been filled. Drink to the great victory. That's what she told me to say. Compared to the others, you appear to be someone who comes from a military background. What with you having a special sprite and a portrait and all. Is Royce safe? Oh yeah, she's faring well. Anyway, my name's Brian. I came here to deal with Allnos. I am indeed Shane. I have been serving with Royce for many years. The Holy Grail, huh. That means the assault on the lab will commence shortly. Where are the rest of the Liberation Army soldiers being held captive here? I'm afraid I'm it. The others have already been changed into demi-humans. Yeah, I see. Well, I guess that means you and I will initiate the battle plan. Once the commotion starts, our allies should come rolling in here to help us finish the job. So, tell me, how do we lower the bridge? The apparatus is mounted on the face of the cliff, right in front of the bridge. If we can distract the guards, just pressing the switch should do the trick. However, if our plan includes taking out the laboratory, the entrance is impregnable. Good thing we have a key then. Already solved. I have a key. Splendid. Let's get ourselves prepped for battle. Man, this whole jail only has one toilet. It's spacious internment camp, though, for, you know, big cells, plenty of space to walk around, and plus you can just walk right out of the place. I managed to retrieve your items that the checkpoint sentries confiscated earlier. And I see you have a few surprises too. As for those preparations you mentioned, have you completed them yet? Now that I've rearmed you with your own equipment, I'm prepared to fight at any time. Alone, I couldn't have stood a chance. I've been waiting for this moment a long time. Alright, let's get this little ruckus started. Follow me. Yeah, for a prison camp, this place is not very secure. Hey, you. What are you doing outside? Say, you look like one of those traitors on the run. Okay, Shane. Let's crash their little party. Just leave it to me. Don't worry about the enemy. Just hurry to the fence and head for the research facility. Okay, so our goal is just to get up here. And I guess, yeah, we're gonna try to minimize kills, I guess, or at least not full kill the enemies, at least. We'll probably have to kill those swarm liches, but like that enemy healer up at the top there, we should be able to leave him alone without any consequences. And as we found out last time, you know, full clearing battles is not good for our alignment. Total overkill. A crit was not necessary there, but sure, we take those. Ooh. Okay. Alright. A crit only dealt 4 damage. No big deal. Oh. A non-crit only does 3. Bonk. Should work. Yeah. I mean, it's not a lot of damage, but it is going to rack up by the time we finish walking across the battlefield. Ah. Damn it, Bobby. Alright, Brian does have a ration on hand if he needs it. Which, in another turn or two, he probably will. Yeah, his next turn is going to need to be a ration. He's going to start having to soak a fair bit more damage every turn. Too slow. Nice. Uh... Yeah, 2 damage, who cares? If both Beastmasters decide to dogpile Brian, then the damage is gonna get a little bit more spoopy, but we're almost to the end. So we've got, what, 2 more turns to finish the battle, basically. Whip it. Whip it good. Oh, 3. The enemies do prioritize Brian, though, so I'm not real worried about Shane too much. Oh. That's okay. This should be... You'd have seen this coming from your ethical man. You see, now we're being forced to be we're forced to be as ethical as possible in the way we conduct our war. So yeah, it turns out, all the ethical PoE playing was just a warm-up for this. There we go. Mission accomplished. 163 shells. 45 XP, nice. Alright, Brian got a level. Ein got a level, very nice. Cool, even the characters who didn't actually participate in that battle still got all the free XP. Very handy. Ooh, and our emblem changed to the Blade Eagle. Nice. I pity the enemies you meet. Thanks for everything, Brian. See you. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I guess, I mean, the evil guy just left the party because we were too good aligned. The enemies keep coming no matter how many we kill. The mechanism that lowers the bridge is mounted on the cliff right next to the bridge. I'm on it. Is that really you, Brian? Happy to see you're still alive. Yo, Wine. Your arrival is certainly well-timed. In the name of the Balformian Empire, halt! Don't take one more step toward this facility. Everyone associated with this place is beyond redemption. Kick them all back to the Stone Age. Alright, so this time we get to just kill everybody. Great. We can do that. Oh, nice. We have Royce in the party now. And Shane is getting dogpiled a bit by those swarm liches. Gonna have to do something about that. Actually, though, Dan's probably gonna leave the party sooner rather than later, as our alignment starts going up. Because he wants us to just kill everybody. Also, all the characters in this, especially the main party members, all have really normal names. Yarg. I'll tell you, if you ever tried going the good slash ethical route in Ogre Battle, holy cow. That requires some serious micromanagement. Because every little thing you do, now every action in every battle, can move your reputation meter up and down, and you need to keep that thing maxed out. Or you can miss some very important events that are missable if your alignment meter isn't quite high enough when you try to trigger the event. And, you know, Ogre Battle is a game I would like to stream, but the pace of that game is just not conducive to streaming it. In any given battle can take like 3 or 4 hours to do. It's very slow paced, and there's like 30 or 40 battles in the game. Depending on how many of the side quests you do to get the interesting stuff rolling. I think if you just go straight through the game, mandatory battles only, I want to say it's like 25 or 30. But then there's like a dozen or more optional battles that you can do for other stuff. Most of which are very important if you want to get the upper echelons of the good endings. Slow and steady is my pace. Especially for Phase 0 when I have to click 40 buttons. Half of which are Kenkyu no Seikara. But yeah, it just would not make it for a good stream. Also, a lot of those 3 or 4 hours are spent just waiting for troops to move across an enormous battlefield so stuff can happen. Bonk. She kicks high. Also, the Rose Zero Origin fighter gives me a lot of hope for Origin Lancer, and the idea that we'll finally get a good offensive spear class that will allow Guybolg stonks to go straight to the moon. I would love to buy some Guybolgs, but it's hard to justify currently. Because the best spear class is also a sword class that's better off just using Excalibur. You know, at least, like, the M3 grind is just, I guess, to unlock Rose Zero in the first place, so we won't have to redo that. It'll just be the book grind. But yeah, we'll just get a good pace of doing those every day. You know, just host all three every day. Even like doing a daily train for a month would basically solve that problem for a while. Mission accomplished. Nice. Okay, 358 bucks. And everybody gets 30 XP. Oh, 3 sands per class. That is a thing also. You know, do book raids drop sand? Hey, Eris leveled up. That's good. Like, let me actually go look right now. Like, can book raids drop sand? Like, I actually don't know because I don't farm those raids enough. I mean, like, I generally assume that these days every raid can potentially drop sand. And yes, it can. Plus, they also do drop silver shards. So they are hypothetically, you know, an alternative to Akasha. So there is that also. Although, looks like there's actually one silver shard that does not get dropped by any of them. Because martial mastery drops axes, swords, and daggers. So 3, 4, 7. Mage drops staff, daggers again, and katanas. And the old man drops fists, harps, and guns. So, like, no spear shards from any of these. So, I guess presumably we'll get a 4th book raid at some point to fill in some of the gaps, maybe? The enemies keep coming no matter how many we kill. So, yeah, dagger drops twice. Yeah, bow and spear are missing. So, yeah, maybe we'll get a 4th raid that does those two. I am very pleased to be fighting alongside you. I saw. that nutcase charm you too? I'll join you in battles, but only as a healer. Let's go ahead and save the game. Oh, and I saw you do actually get multiple save files on this game from the title screen. So kind of like Shining Force. You know, mid-game you'll always just automatically overwrite the save file you're working off of, but from the main screen you can like have multiple save files. You can fork a save, etc. Because Ryokan gave us the key, we can execute a blitzkrieg attack on the laboratory. Is everyone ready to roll? We're primed, Captain. No quarter. Just give the order and we'll shove off. Not so fast. We should try to capture Alnos alive so we can interrogate him. Otherwise, we may never find the demi-human antidote in time. She's right. Let's get him. Alnos, your reign of terror is finished. You ready to pay for your numerous crimes against all intelligent life on Mildred Gars? Well, traitors, I can't believe my good fortune. You've saved me so much time and trouble. Instead of forcing me to rout you in the field, you've wandered straight into my lair. Anyway, your mob of ragtags are the ones who've committed crimes against Mildred Gars. You've betrayed the honor of the Empire, and for that, your misguided meddling ends here. Now, I will order my troops to carry out your executions, along with these other misfits. Say goodbye, upstarts. Wow, can you believe it? Alnos is backing off again, leaving others to do his dirty work. These are the elite troops of Alnos' special battle unit, so be extra careful. But remember, to reach Alnos, we must remove all obstacles in our path. Mission: slay them all. No mercy. If we are to save this region, we must capture Alnos. Alright. Bunch of troopers. Some beastmasters. Okay, nothing, we got two idiots up here that are a little beefy, but otherwise, nothing we haven't dealt with before. Yeah. Hey, I'm leveled up. Very good. Ow. Uh, Royce is a little squishy. Nice. Alright, 21 XP for Chris. So I guess the next fight is going to be against Alnos himself, and we'll get our first actual boss battle, maybe? Nice try, idiot. Oh, Ein is about to get dogpiled. But the enemies are a bunch of jabronis, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, up until now, most battles have been, us being kind of overpowered and having to pull our punches to not, murder the enemies too hard as to be unethical. I'm actually wondering, how the balance of power is going to change in the coming battles, if at all. Because, yeah, so far we've just been marauding our way through bunches of jabronis. Man, healing just does not get you any meaningful amount of XP in this game. So yeah, it's good that everybody gets bonus XP at the end of the battle for achieving the mission goal. Nice. Good crit. We actually probably needed that crit in order to get the one shot. Nice. I'll level up for Dora there. Yeah, we definitely take those. Gonna let Brian chill for a sec. Yeah, the enemy's paralyzed, so I'll let Royce hit this idiot. With a special to make sure she kills it. Bonk. Nice, 54 XP for that. And she got a point of defense good. She needed that. Alright. 121 shells. 30 XP for everybody. Yeah, Chris leveled up. Very nice. So did Shane. Nice. Nothing hiding in the wings. Nothing is here except this kind of weirdly phallic lamp. Oh, I guess we can actually go outside and save. Just in case the next battle is more challenging. I noticed going back out to the map did cause the calendar to advance a day. For what it's worth. Give it up, Alnos. This time, almost your entire command has deserted you. If you're truly the knight you claim to be, then come on over here and fight me man to man. Psst, 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 psst. Damn. Well, if you're sure that's what you really want, I'm ready to show you my true power. Ah, hell. That's a lot of demi-humans that we're honor-bound to not harm. What? More demi-humans? Ha! My little helpers will be the ones who balance the scales of justice. You stumbled right into my trap. I'll wipe you out with the genetically altered kinfolk of the people you're trying to save. By using vermin to kill other vermin, I will have successfully divided and conquered. Yes, without breaking a sweat, I have won. How's that for a twist of fate? So, kill them. Slay the very demi-humans you came here to save, my captain, while I watch them dismember you. You were right, Brian. Allnos is full of dirty tricks to the very end. Destroy Allnos once and for all. Alright, we're gonna need to try to not hurt the demi-humans. He's got 2 healers with him. I'm a little worried about Eris getting tagged from behind. We're gonna need to... Alright, move up a little bit carefully. Ooh, Allnos has a lot of range. Heh. With this special little arrow here, I shall release your soul, scum. Brian is poisoned. Alright, we can deal with that. Probably. And yep, sure enough, Eris is getting whacked right off the bat. Whew, but she dodged. Alright. Good. Lucky break. Ah, crap. Only 3 damage. Okay, yeah, the demi-humans are not that scary. But there are a lot of them. Oh, wait, she can do this from 1 space away. So, that is what she will do. Now, take this. Damage on Allnos. Okay, good. And 12 XP for Royce. Thank you. Alright, and the healer chooses to just bonk Ein instead of healing the boss. So that's good. Yeah. Once again, I'm getting focus fired. Yeah, well, we can get rid of the healer. Guys, come on. You just really hate Ein. I think Eris is finally going to be getting a turn here in a sec. So hopefully she can get in heal range. Nope, no such luck. No, okay, can't quite get to Ein from there. Alright, only 2 damage on Dora, no big deal. Guess he can just protect Eris. Wait, I can do it from a... Again. You can do it from a space away, so no reason to block off the other melee fighters. Wave Impulse. Nice. 29 damage. 15 XP. Very good. 4 HP lost from poison. 1 turns until fully poisoned. Okay, now the healer gets to... The healer went at, like, the end of last turn. Alright, only 10 HP back. No big deal. I mean, we're gonna need like 1 or 2 hits to take Alnos down, so no big deal. Although, man, again, going after Ein again. I mean, he's just gonna poison Ein without actually doing damage, so, you know, whatever. Yeah, this will probably just end the fight right here. Die, monster. Whoa. There we go. Easy peasy. But it's... No, not like this. Mission accomplished. 355 shells. And 60 XP for everybody. Nice. Defense, very good. Good, another level up for Eris. And for Dan, very nice. And Emblem changed to Griffin. Okay, cool. Lower beings such as you have defeated me. Unbelievable. But too late. All of the demi-humans have been released to kill, kill, kill. Vermin killing vermin. If you people think you've been through hell, you ain't seen nothing yet. Aww. Huh? No. Get back. Stay away from me. I'm injured. Hey, here it is. He has it on him. I have the antidote gas. Fool. He even wrote down the formula. Everything we need to save all of the victims. So, you were carrying the gas around everywhere you went? Sounds just like you, Alnos. Royce, get this antidote distributed throughout the land, everywhere it's needed. Quickly. Consider it done. You're the fools. It's only effective in the early stages of transformation. What the hell? Another rat hole for Alnos to duck inside? Damn it, I guess so. This guy has more hideouts than Saddam freaking Hussein. Who's that? Hey, everyone. Don't let that sneaky bastard escape again. After him. You might have beaten me this time, but it won't be so easy next time. I'm looking forward to meeting up with you again, Brian. Almost, you miserable, cowardly pussy. I'm gonna kick your ass so hard, you'll be wearing your underwear for a hat. You'll have another chance, sucker, on my terms. Bye for now. Son of a bitch. He's ranting as if he has even more dirty tricks up his sleeve. That piece of crap is evil incarnate through and through. Agreed. But you, if I wasn't so pissed off right now, I'd be laughing my ass off. You made a funny. Don't start with me, Ein. Anyway, knowing Alnos, I would say that Reuben is at risk. He's quite desperate and still dangerous. Yep, he knows the Empire will probably liquidate him this time if he fails another mission. You got it. That being the case, we'd better hurry back to town on the double. If you're waiting on me, chum, you're walking backwards. You motherless swine. What do you think you're doing? I'm your boss, for God's sake. Stop! Get back! Don't! Gah! Ugh! Ugh! Forgive me. Please. Forgive me. Almost is getting wrecked. Nice. This can't be happening to me. Ugh. Rip Bozo. That almost. How pathetic. A cowardly prick all the way to the bitter end. I think of my days in that hellhole. I'm inspired to work hard to preserve our security. Oh, Brian, you're safe. And because of your heroism, our town and our citizens are also safe. For a while. Royce, what he's trying to say is don't mention it. Well, come with me. I want both of you to meet someone very important. So, you're the deserters. I hear you've been kicking major ass all over this region. Speaking for the Liberation Army, allow me to extend a hearty welcome to your guerrilla group. Who the hell are you? Anyway, before you start your spiel, let me tell you we've been through this drill before. Come on, guys, be nice. Well, just for the Tolly books, answer Brian's question. Who is this guy anyway? He just happens to be Commander Kome, Chief of the Liberation Army's Northern Division. Oh, another chair-sitting rebel muckety-muck? So, why do you show up only when it's safe? Where were you and your Northern Legions when the crap was flying around? These people could have used your help while Alnos was turning everyone into purple Godzillas. Alright, you talk straight. Fine. Yeah, my title is a paper drill, but you already know that. And you've been around long enough, in various capacities, to know that I have no legions. I'd like to start one, though, so what do you say? Can you join our liberation movement? No thanks. We just want to find somewhere to live peacefully, that's all. Well, you're certainly not cowards. I can also guess why you deserted. You ran because you loathed the political philosophy of the Balformian Empire. Am I correct? Hey, old fellow. Don't presume to read our minds. I don't mean to sound condescending, but I do wish you would take my offer seriously. The Arcadian army would welcome all of you with open arms, and nothing would change very much. You'd still be helping people, and you'd receive more direct support. I'm begging you, Brian. Maybe I could be assigned to your unit. Together we might restore law and order to Scudelia and repel the Empire's reoccupation. I would like to see you settle here and help us maintain that peaceful home for everyone. Don't you see? The best way to do that is by joining forces. So, that's the way it is. What do you think, Brian? Such an arrangement might bring more hot meals and warm beds. Listen to you, Ein, the one who hates being controlled by an organized system. You're right. The hot food and warm bed idea must have caused temporary insanity. Well, Ein and I fought for the Empire until a few months ago. That's no secret. Some of us left on impulse. Since that time, while getting caught up in regional conflicts, while helping people, we've been soul-searching. I know we'll never serve the Empire again. Still, we can't just suddenly switch sides without giving it a second thought. I understand. That's a reasonable answer. Take the time you need to work it out. And know that you have a standing invitation should you change your mind. So where do you go from here? Our plan has always been to work our way to the mainland by way of the port of Yannick. Then we'll need to help you destroy the Empire's barricade on the northern side of Reuben. We appreciate the help. Please, Brian, give me your hand. It's much softer than I was expecting. Why? Because I'm a warrior too? I don't know. Come have dinner with me later. I'm a pretty decent cook. You sort of need to tear down that barricade. Hey, I'll put on a dress and fix my hair. God, she could be hot. Let the others take care of the barricade. Look, Royce, the Empire will never stop chasing me. I won't put someone at risk. You think it's different here? They don't focus on a specific person, but it ends the same. You have a point. As for risks, why don't you let a lady decide for herself? Meanwhile, how about dinner? We can talk about this more later if you wish. I still don't know. Dumbass! Don't be such a stiff chum. Think stiffy instead. Shut up, Ein. Who, me? I didn't say nothing. I know that look. I was just thinking about what Roy said. The rest of us can tear apart that barricade. What time, Royce? I need to, pick up provisions, then go to camp and clean up. Be back here in an hour. Okay. I said shut up, Ein. I still don't see you farming a peaceful valley somewhere on the mainland, or running a shop. You were cut out to be warriors. You will never be content turning your backs and looking away. Not while the strong are oppressing the weak all over Mildras Gars. Think about it. Joining the Liberation Army would give you an outlet to excel at what you were born to do. Didn't expect to see him again after the goons dragged me away to that awful camp. You must be decent people at heart. We will never forget all you did for us. Even though some of you served the Empire once, I believe you were heaven sent. Some might even call it a miracle. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you. By the way, I'll bet you're tired of field rations. Drop by sometime for a home-cooked meal. Oh, come on. Now, how could we get tired of MREs? Never thought I'd enjoy another family meal at this table. You're welcome to join us, or I can fix you a basket of goodies to take along. Happy to hear that Allnos is gone. Hopefully the Empire won't assign someone worse. I wish all of the Empire's soldiers would leave our region for good. Thanks to you and your friends, both my mom and dad have returned. Thank you so much. Maybe we can actually afford something at the weapon shop. Before I swing into full operation, I wish to extend a token of my gratitude. Earlier, I sent a little gift over to your camp. It should be waiting for you now. Wow, I don't know what to say except thank you. Without you, I would never ply my trade again. So with that, my store is officially open. I have 40 for a Fang Saber. 600 for a broadsword. Food packs are 70. Leather wrist, I guess armor. Actually, I should probably just make sure everybody has like 2 rations on them. He has an axe. Steel axe is only 2 more points. Thank you for bringing my family back together and saving our people in town. We prayed for someone to come along and help us, and those prayers were answered. We'll never forget your selfless actions. Wish we had some way to repay you. Aw, 'twas nothing, really. Glad things worked out. You could repay us with money? Thanks to you, our town is safe, at least for a while. However, the enemy army will return. Only this time, we'll be more united in our resistance. Can't believe that Alnos has finally been vanquished. What you did is simply amazing. They did not pay their protection fees, in fact. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's oh. Come on, we already read this. You gotta. Oh, she just says the same thing every time we talk to her? Okay. Come on. Come on. Alright, yeah, talking to Royce doesn't really do anything else at this point, I guess. I guess talking to. Yeah. Alright, not. Ragu Valley. Alright, I guess. Or Ragu. I guess this is where they make all the pasta sauce. What the hell? Hey, Brian, after everything we shared the other night, can't you at least say hello? Howdy. Damn, it's really painful seeing her again. I needed to forget. By the way, for the record, I am here under official orders. Yes, and it appears we've finally caught up with you. If you traveled all this distance to ask if we've made up our minds about joining, we haven't. Listen closely for a moment. When I spoke to you earlier, I was acting in good faith. And after you left, something happened that changed everything. It's out of my hands. Just spill it. The Liberation Army has kept files on your movements since the skirmish at Basel Bridge. The base was supposed to hold you, but everything blew up and you dashed over the mountain. After spiriting the whole damn town to a safe haven, you might add, damn it. We're grateful to you for doing that. Yet it happened because you wandered into the region. Why in the hell do you think we're trying to hoof it to the mainland? I hear you, but orders are orders. Anyway, a message finally came down from headquarters a short time ago. Congratulations. You are hereby appointed to Guerrilla Unit 3 of the Arcadian Liberation Army. Just like that. No discussion. We've been conscripted directly into your Liberation Army. That's right. Except technically, you and Brian are not being conscripted, but commissioned. Brian will retain his rank of captain, and you, Ein, will be assigned his lieutenant. You're making me a damned officer? Sheesh, I'll never live it down. Those of you already serving will be promoted one rank, and the rest will be conscripted. For valor above and beyond, all enlistees will rise one rank above their Empire equivalents. As for your orders, you will serve as my escort detail and accompany me to the front lines. Our final destination for this mission will be the Yannick Port, the very place you were headed. Why is this really happening? Headquarters finally decided we can't have deserters running around loose unchecked. Wherever they roam, gold performance follows, and this threatens our citizens. So, deserters will be conscripted or incarcerated. Even harsher measures are being considered. We understand the need to protect the inhabitants of this region, but I believe we have the strength to resist you. Easily. But my orders are to use all available means to either co-opt or eliminate your party. Royce is under my orders. She is sworn to fight to the death, carrying them out. Are you willing to kill Royce, just so you can pursue some utopian pipe dream? You play dirty, old man. All necessary means. However, once you join my command, all of your worries will be over. My superiors will be satisfied with the disposition, and only your current enemy will remain. Mine is spot on. You're sneaky as hell, old man. Damn it. Should have seen this coming. So you expect us to protect you from the Empire until we reach Yannick? Basically, yes. Then you'll release us? Do you have the money to bribe a ship's captain for passage to the mainland? Not exactly. How did you plan to acquire the necessary funds? We haven't exactly crossed that bridge yet. That means you might break some government's law raising it, and have 2 armies chasing you. We've considered that possibility, but we're determined to find a way. Royce, you can come. No, I'm sorry, but I can't abandon my people in Homeland during their time of great need. Well, why not? Because I care enough about the troubles of our world to place them ahead of my own desires. Unlike you, I feel compelled to serve a larger cause than my own selfish whims. Ow. That one landed below the belt. Give it up, Brian. This is our fate. They've won. Hey, quit acting as if I delivered your death warrants. I'll treat you right, you'll see. After we reach Yannick, your guerrilla unit will operate much the same as always. You may have us over a barrel now, but don't expect us to carry out unlawful orders. That's fine. We try to live by a code of honor, too. Anyway, you'll be commanding a diverse unit. In order to lead effectively, first, you should consider your manners. To set a proper example, you need to change. You could start by acting in accordance with good order and military discipline. I don't need some rebel commander lecturing me on basic military etiquette. You could use a refresher course, too, after admonishing me in front of my troops. The exigencies of warfare have warped the system, but touché. You're right, I stand corrected. Now, moving on to other business. Royce, you have been transferred to my command and will be reassigned immediately. Your new command will be Captain Brian's guerrilla unit. Do you have any objections? No, Commander. I accept this transfer and will carry out all lawful orders as directed. Good. Next, Jim and Wishbone will handle logistics and protocol, respectively. Please see to it post-haste. Psst. Man, he's certainly a pompous old windbag. I heard that. We don't have an officer candidate school to clean you up, so learn quickly. If you're going to insult me, Lieutenant, we might as well strip our ranks and duke it out. That can be arranged, Pops. Listen, even though I said I would treat you well, I could still break your arms anytime. Maybe. Then again, maybe not. Come on, Lieutenant Ein. Simmer down for now. Only because you said so, mon capitaine. One more detail, Commander, and mark this one down. If you turn out to be the same as all notes in the Empire, we will fight you to the end of time. Duly noted, mon capitaine. The Liberation Army will not let you down. At any rate, we're toying with a new idea of governance. Sounds chaotic, but all people would participate. Who knows? I've got you on the spot now, but someday, all of us may end up working for you. It'll never happen. Alright, now that we've settled that, Let's conduct the oath of office and be on our way. Once, I was confident that the Empire would prevail. That thought has vanished. With almost eliminated, the people would enjoy peace for a while. No more dying in labor camps. Her reward was forced service in the Liberation Army, the last thing we expected. Yet, to the Empire, we would remain pariahs for hit squads to target indefinitely. Even if God's plan was for us to serve the Liberation Army, not the omnipotent Balformian Empire. Area 3, Raging Sandstorm. The locus of Balformia's regional hegemony, a bastion of power named General Cobalt Axiasis. Axiasis? Axiasis, yeah. Lay ahead of us. His standing order to maintain absolute control of civil affairs was backed by military muscle. This austere policy impeded the centralized command and control of splinter liberation cells, and arrested their spreading influence throughout the length and breadth of Greater Scudelia. Consequently, the Liberation Army we now served sent Commander Kome to address the problem. Later, Kome would become known as the warlord savior of the Millennium Nightmare. But at the time of my commissioning, he settled for acting commander-in-chief. Kome's first act was to quickly assemble a select unit strong enough to challenge Cobalt. In this way, we assumed our new identities as members of the 3rd Special Guerrilla Unit, carrying the Liberation Army banner. Little did we know, our unit would soon become a mainstay for the very army that conscripted each of us. En route to our destination, the port of Yannick, lay the burning sands of the Skuld Desert. Blocking our path through this hostile terrain, an eerie enemy base loomed silently before us. This would be our first obstacle in the Liberation Army. This is the beginning of the war front, or enemy-controlled territory north of Reuben. It's hotter than hell, old man. Can't you find us a shorter path that involves less walking? Also, I thought we were just bodyguards. Did you bring us to this war front to fight? You act like a badass, but whine like a girly. Anyway, we'll bypass most of the front. Mine is right. I didn't expect you to jeopardize our lives by confronting forts. I expected you to infiltrate the war front and try to avoid direct contact with the enemy. Have you become timid all of a sudden? This doesn't fit the profile I have on you. Alrighty, and yeah, we used to just be labeled as like soldiers. Now we're labeled as guerrilla unit. Oh, and we have a fancy new camp now. Ah. I, Wishbone, am responsible for recording your progress and supporting rescue operations. Captain, I, Jim Shorey, will prepare everything for your operations. How's it going, old man? Did you know they took my job away from me? All I've got left to do now is march in place to this repetitious martial music. Our army consists mainly of untrained militia, hardly capable of confronting crack troops. I wish you had volunteered, but can't you see how badly we need people with your charisma? So when we refused, you tricked us instead. Such behavior will never replace true charisma. If you hope to convince soldiers to willingly sacrifice their lives, you must inspire. You must lead by example, take risks, and be prepared to lay your own life on the line. Brute force, tearing people's limbs from their bodies, that doesn't prove jack shit. Strength of character is what counts. Courage to stand up in front when everything blows up. And the rawest recruit can tell which officers have it and which don't. So wise up, Commander. Are you done? Yes. I don't belong to myself. I belong to the High Command. My value lies inside my head. I hope you realize that someday, after we've built that peaceful valley for your farm together, desperate times require extreme measures. In my position, you would have done the same thing. Dismissed. What we endure in combat is nothing compared to suffering inside a detention camp. Hey, we are the Liberation Army now. That's fine with me. As long as I can fight the Empire, and you feel the same way, I prefer to follow you. I'm becoming more forgetful lately. Maybe I'm losing my memory. So tell me, how did we wind up in such a fancy place? I want you to know that I'm really happy to be part of your team, permanently. I just wish your heart and soul were with the Liberation Army as much as mine are. Why did you finally give in and decide to join the Liberation Army? You wouldn't even consider it back on the mountain. So, did you do it for her? Or did you finally become addicted to the bloodshed? Hey. That's like asking a man if he is still beating his wife. How in the hell did we end up here? Damn. They finally sucked us in all the way. That old fart Kome is a con artist if you ask me. Oh well. I guess I'll hang with you guys for now and see what develops. Yeah, would they just jump ship in the middle of the night or something? Yep. Well, I don't know. I mean, they sucked us in with a cute lady fighter who might just be some kind of honeypot trap, but it's working. So, You know, we'll let them have their way for now. Hey, can anyone determine which command this formation of enemy troops might be representing? Also, do they appear to be Balformian Army regulars or a detachment of special forces? I believe it's a local combat unit, probably within Commodore Bart's area of operation. It doesn't mean this battle will be a snap, though. Destroy the 2 Grand Creeds first. The others will lose their will to fight and run. Okay. So, alright, so all we have to do is kill the 2 lizard men. And not everything else. Alright. Liberation dog, die! Ugh. Okay, the enemies have now gotten a jump in power. We may have to actually start using some strategery here. Lots of characters running around in loincloths in this game, by the way. Glorious bikini armor. Let's just kill the crap out of this Grand Creed here. 51 damage. Massive overkill. Alright, and that should end the fight. Yep. GG. Mission accomplished. Got 226 shells. And everybody got 40 XP for that. Very nice. Chris leveled up. Very nice. Shane leveled up. Yep, so did Dora. Oh, and our emblem changed to Valkyrie. Cool. So we're moving, like, way up the good guy chart, I guess. Oh, no. I want to stay. I want to camp. Just to save. An ancient temple in our northern desert was built more than 1,000 years ago. No one is sure what deity it served. Must have been a false religion, don't you think? We are virtually surrounded by roving bands of enemy forces. Our job is to keep the road to Yannick open, but we can barely hang on to this base camp. According to local legend, a guardian lies dormant somewhere in the Skull Desert. Whether this desert guardian is a god or a demon is anyone's guess. Have you ever heard such superstitious nonsense? Most people believe in the legend of the desert guardian. My friend may scoff, but I'd like to see the look on his face when the guardian comes roaring out of the sand. If angered, the guardian is so powerful it can sweep away the entire desert with one blow. I feel like they're setting up a Chekhov's gun a bit there. From here on, the burning desert beckons the foolhardy toward an early grave. If its natural hazards don't beat you, the Empire's death squads surely will. By the way, we're allowed to hike outside the gate as long as we can still see the flag. But no one should stray further without permission of a commanding officer. You really planning to push on to Yannick? Yes. Are you serious? If a whole regiment is on the verge of losing this fortress, how can a unit as small as yours hope to survive the many perils between here and Yannick? I'll wager that you will never penetrate the Empire's barriers at the warfront. I mean, you say that, and yet... I hope Master Andera is safe. Aren't you the troops who destroyed the notorious demi-human biolab? Master Andera must be elated, wherever he may happen to be at this moment. Well, well, well. Our hero of the hour has arrived. How amazing that a mere handful of fighters was able to destroy the infamous Cobalt biolab. We just happened to be passing through and had a bone to pick or two with Alnos. Don't be so modest. I wish we had some way to repay you. What? Passports? I can get you some anytime. But make yourself at home for now. Commander Kome told me that, Excuse me, please. Commander, We have a huge emergency. Huh? What's wrong? I just received a report that the Empire's special unit has departed for the temple. What? I've been expecting this any moment. But is it really a problem? The temple is protected by a natural fortress. The desert. I don't believe the Empire will find this mission quite so easy. You saying we should just sit back and see what happens? Well, we should never underestimate the Empire. Same goes for its special forces. If anything threatens the Skull Temple, that thing, if it really exists, could awaken. From what you've learned, what exactly is that thing? I'm not sure. Some call it a desert guardian. Others, the monster worm of the temple. If the legend turns out to be true, and all ancient legends are true, especially if they happened exactly 1,000 years ago, and the Empire gets its paws on that creature, and finds some way to control it, Formium will turn that monster into a weapon. Brian, call out your troops. We're marching on the temple. Let me say this, old man. We will be demanding additional hazardous duty pay. Oh, don't be so greedy. We're talking about saving lives here. What? More enemies appearing in the middle of a desert? They must want us badly, huh? Be careful, team. By their movements, this squad appears to be special forces this time. Unlike we, they're acclimated to desert warfare, so conserve your energy and stay on guard. Kill the 2 Grand Creeds who are commanding the enemy troops. Okay, same as last time. Take out the 2 Lizard Men. And everything else can wait. We got a fair bit of ground to cover. We'll see if the Grand Creeds are as aggressive as they were last time. Maybe not. We may need to be a bit more tricksy. Oh, alright, that one at least is charging in. Let's see here. We have, we're gonna move to about there, I think. So we'll move to here. Yee! 9 damage. Yeah, the enemies got a pretty decent power bump this chapter. They do actual damage now. Um... Liberation dog, die! Ow! Yeesh. Royce, would probably get splattered if, she went up to the front. Okay, there's our first Grand Creed. Poor Dan is just way too slow. He always gets left behind. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and paralyze that archer. Really wish Dora had more MP so we could do that more than once per battle. Alright, we'll just annihilate this first Grand Creed here. Bonk. Yeah. Very, very dead. Nice. Alright. Ein's gonna get dogpiled again, because that's just what happens, apparently. He's a very high priority target for some reason, like way more so than Brian even. Yeah, he's just cooked. He might only take 2 or 3 from this. Yeah. Right, he's not dead yet. Actually, wait, if he stands right here, he'll only get hit 1 more time, because those enemies already took their turns. 12 HP. Yeah, okay, this'll only... This might not kill him. Alright. Alright, this should end the battle right here. Oh, nope. Not quite. Okay. Oh, son of a bitch. Stupid enemy healers. Let's see how much more healing Remake 2 does. 20 points. Okay. Nice. Can he do 16 damage, please? Yeah! 22 damage. Easy peasy. Very nice. GG. Mission accomplished. 226 shells. 40 XP across the board. Very nice. Yeah, very ethical. Maximum ethics. That's what we're all about here. See, and we get way more XP for being ethical than we do for killing people. So, you know, it works out. Oh, dude just cheated. Did not follow the path at all. Alrighty, it is 10 o'clock now, and so that seems like a pretty good place to cut it off for tonight. So let's leave it there, and we'll pick it up with the temple. Actually, not tomorrow, because I got to do a thing tomorrow. But probably either Saturday or Sunday we'll pick this up. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. My name is Tim. Also, I am posting the VODs for this actually on YouTube, for what it's worth. So, that's a thing. So, anyway, either, you know, in 2 or 3 days we'll be back to take it from here. So, we'll see you then. Good night.